Hi everyone, I've missed you, but I'm back and I have something to show you. So I've been playing in this big giant sketchbook that I bought at the thrift store, and I made this, hold on, made this, which was originally inspired by the concept of neurographic art and reverse or negative painting. I'm not sure which one's correct. So I'd like to show you what I did. I don't have every bit of it recorded, but I have enough of it recorded for you to be able to get a concept of what I've done and whether or not it's something you might want to play around with. There's some touch-ups to do, but whatever. You want to watch? Because I'm going to do it over here. Okay. Hi guys. So this is my big giant Reader's Digest sketchbook. And I did this, which is almost identical to what I started with this. I used the same papers, different embellishments and stuff like that. White Posca pen. I'm getting ready to divide this up into sections like this, which is neurographically, I've got these glued together, neurographically inspired. More of that here. But where I like that I've been going, I don't even have in this book. Should I get it? Let me get it. I've shown you guys some of this stuff. I don't want to repeat everything. But I've done some. This is the concept of not doing these organic, I don't know where anything is in this book. Anyways, not doing these organic shapes, but doing these lined, collaged, I don't know what I'm going to do, but this really appeals to me. It feels like a direction, but I'm not sure about the subject matter. So I guess the point I'm trying to make, guys, is I think I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go back into this. I don't know what I'm going to do. You'll find out. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. I just drew this thing. I'm thinking because this has got so many solid blocks of color on it that I would have to work on this before I do this. But if I go back to here, I've got these pages prepared and they are dry. So even though they're very monochromatic, what I think I can do is add some colored paper down in the bottom, or maybe I just do that with paint. How am I going to do that? Let's find out, shall we? All right, I'm wearing good clothing because I'm going out, but I hope I don't get paint on myself. All right, so I wish I could do something more sophisticated with leaves, but for now, I'm going to work with what I've got because I don't know how to draw better leaves. So I want to try something. BRB. All right, so I don't know how, let's see. All right, I'm just gonna, I don't know if this is not gonna show. You're not gonna be able to see that. Do I be brave and just, I need to contemplate, guys. I lost my way. BRB. Okay, I just want to share my thought process. This was done by doing these kinds of lines over it. Not painting them out. They weren't cornered or anything like that. They weren't smoothed out like this. They were left rough like that. these have a character that these don't. I'm just thinking this out loud with you guys, because if anybody's with me trying to figure this stuff out and this is interesting to you, I'd just like you to, I'd like to tell you just what I'm thinking about. And it helps me figure it out as well. So what ended up happening with these, I did draw these leaves in, but these leaves follow the neurographic lines. You know what? I like this. All right. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw my black lines. See how I've got them here and they're running through, but you can barely see them because they've all been painted out? I'm going to do that. I'm going to add them because I really like where this went and I like how wonky it is. And I want some more wonky. All right, so I'm going to try not to get all caught up in, I need something to draw on. I'm just checking my camera. This has got to go up. Remember, Cherie, it's got to go up. All right, let's just do this. I just want the whole thing to be on camera. I know that I want this to have something that feels like a table on the bottom. Here. Keep putting these on and taking them off. Putting them on and taking them off. All right. I'm actually not even looking where I'm driving. How about if I do that? How about if I just don't look? I'm looking away. I have no idea where this is going. Am I running out of room? Okay. This is kind of scary to do this. It's very straight across. All right, I need to get a little bit more organic. Let's go like this and off. Now I'm going to do up and down. I can pay attention to the fact that I want a vessel here. Is that going to be too planned? All right, I don't mind that. Yeah, this is all dried out. I hope you guys can see it because I'm making an effort for you to see it with this. I think I'm thinking, guys. All right. Well, oh, this is interesting. I'm going to have here, I'm picturing this being a table. So I did put the table line in, but look at this. I've got that very practiced looking thing. Look at the shape of that pot, which is interesting. And this, I was a little bit deliberate about it, but where's the table line? So if this comes up, this shape right here could end up being, all right, so the next thing I think I do is, do I paint first or draw first? Hold on, guys. All right, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw in some darker lines. Posca makes me nervous because I've tried to decoupage with it and it's been a problem. I'm going to just draw in, again, this table line. Okay, this is a pot, which is way more interesting than the pot that I drew on that piece of paper. You guys with me? You see what I'm doing here? I'm acting like a teacher. I'm not a teacher. I have no idea what I'm doing, but this is, all right, so there's that pot. Okay. Did I just... All right, so hold on a second. Here's... sorry. Here's a taller pot than I want, but we'll see. I can figure that out. All right, so I see that. Can I get a line across here? I'm taking you guys along while I struggle. Let's try that. I want it to be shorter. Okay, like those. Now, I can't remember how I did this. Just do it. Oh my gosh, Sheree, don't get all like weird. Just do it. I'm gonna do what I did last time. This is not writing. Yep, that's not awesome. Okay. I'm going to do something similar because this is a sketchbook and I have given myself permission to experiment. I have to figure out how I'm going to take advantage of some of these lines and let these lines inform my stuff that I'm going to keep. All right, I'll just leave that alone there for a minute. Let me come on over here and say, sure, that can be a leaf. And so can that. Okay, I like that line, bringing it up. Oh, I've got that down behind my thing here. Okay, well, that can be painted out. I think I might have to really just start painting this. I can't, this must be kind of torture to watch, and I'll tell you, it's confusing without painting things out. It's confusing, so maybe that's what I need to start doing is, this is an area for leaves, so I'll probably paint that last. Let me get this covered. It's 2:30, I can keep going. And get this covered with a layer of paint. I think I'm just going to go quiet because I don't really know how to talk about this. All right. Okay. I'm just going to play with regular, this is Liquitex Basics paint that I've added to this squirt bottle. And if you ever want to do this, I have these listed on my Amazon page. Link below. Okay. I like that. I like that. I don't know how to, oh yeah, I can't tell you what this is. This is a secret brush. This is a 4. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. I'm just going to wet my brush just a little bit. Where am I going to start? So this is wall behind. I think I'll paint out the table first just because I need to calm something down so that I can, oh man, I forgot to turn my ringer off again so that I can see what I have here. And one of the things I learned from an earlier take on this is that I was trying to be really careful about the black magic marker. I end up adding it back in over and over again. It doesn't matter. I just want to have, I want to have the last layer go over newly set out magic marker so that, this is a curly page, so that it partially covers up the black and makes it look more painterly. This is so interesting to, it's a little, I'm finding myself feeling really precious about this, the stuff that I'm painting out, which is kind of silly because look, I can do it over anytime I want. And there's like a whole page of it. Don't be scared, sure E. This is too thick. I need, okay, just water that down a little bit. That's probably what I should do, is start out with thin paint. I don't know how I feel about what I'm doing here. I feel like I'm being, I don't know, like I'm taking it seriously. This is not the plan. But I do like what just happened when I did that. I feel like I'm paying too close attention to brush strokes and stuff because I've never done this and only had one layer. So if the brush strokes are rustic, there's another layer going on. Okay, so once I get this table created, look what I just did. Look at, just put a piece of paper on it, rub it out. All right, so I like that. I know I'm going to add more, but I am enjoying looking at that coming through there. Okay, there's my table. I've got wall behind this. Does it have to be so literal that it's table and wall? Because if I paint this out as wall, actually, I think I paint it out as wall and then paint it over in a different color. I am talking a great deal, but you guys are getting me in a very talkative mood, trying to figure stuff out. All right. I'm gonna go quiet and allow myself to go through this quickly, because I don't want this to be a long video. I want it to be, you know, hit and run. We'll see. It really thins it out, but I'm enjoying looking at it right now. Okay, we have a problem. I should set up my second camera angle. Be a lot easier. But I'm lazy. I don't feel like it because I got to do battery and microphone and all that stuff. So this was supposed to just be me killing time. But I thought I'd kill it with you guys. Okay, so this is kind of fun, huh? What's happening here? I really need to get my eyes much closer to this. Let me see what I can do. Until you get these patterns painted out, it's a little bit hard to see. That's certainly helpful. This is really fun. I'm really having fun. I hope, I'll tell you what I'm nervous about is, for me, because I have you guys, and it's different having you guys than it would be if I was just doing this, by myself. But I'm not, and I have to tell you something, I wouldn't be doing it by myself. I'm not disciplined enough as an artist. I have to be motivated. I also have to be in the mood, and I'm in the mood right now. I hope I can diversify enough in this direction, which I am absolutely really enjoying, enough so that I don't lose interest in it. When I was doing, and this probably makes sense, when I was doing Rex Ray inspired and Mark Hurld inspired, oh, look at how awesome that looks behind there. I thought I might have been able to find a direction in it, but it was too far away from where I already am. And, you know, to some degree, because I've been, you know, producing creatively for quite a long time, I want to start from ground zero. I want to start from maybe where I am. Did I screw that up? I can't see it. Oh, that looks cool. This leaf looks fat, but maybe I can fix that. Oh, that's freaking cute, huh? Look at how cute that is. All right, it's 3. She's picking me up at 4:15. Can't tell if I'm still recording. I'm standing on my chair, guys. I'm not going to kill myself. Oh, that was a lot. Okay. Put that there. I should have set up my camera. Oh, well. Tell me what was fun about doing this background was I sat there in my chair with my magic marker and drew that little thing in there. There's my son Neil right in there, tucked in. And even though it's going to be completely covered up, I had fun knowing that it was there. All right, now, let me get in between here. I'm going to paint out this top area and then give it a flip and we'll take a look at it. If I decide to leave most of this in, I'm just going to speed through it because otherwise it'll be, I think my last video was an hour and 13 minutes. It was way longer than it needed to be. I did not enjoy rewatching it. I sped through my own video. And you don't want people speeding through your video if you can help it, because, you know, you want your video to be engaging enough so that people don't feel like they have to speed through it, because it ruins the algorithm punishes you for it. It's all about the algorithm, guys. Whether or not you get to see me has everything to do with my behavior on YouTube and whether or not people click on the titles I create. They really want you to spend, well, they don't give a shit what you do. It's a good idea to spend a fair amount of energy in the beginning of this learning how to title your videos, because the right title can bring everybody to you, and the wrong title, it's like you don't even exist. All right, I want to look at this. I want to show you this, guys. Hold on. Just got paint all over the handle of my paintbrush. Stinking cute. Maybe I'll leave the behind the thing in the white, and maybe this tablecloth will be some sort of gray. I don't know. Oh, I painted everything out, and I had planned on putting like a little bowl, you know, putting in a little bowl here. That doesn't mean I can't. It just means I'm going to have to do something different to it. This is fun. Okay, I'm going to keep going, but I don't want to talk, okay? If I do talk, it'll be, you know, just a little comment. It's a little bit thicker than I wanted it to be. Here. can thin it out. I'm having a hard time seeing what I'm trying to paint and what I'm trying to avoid. Mostly because there's a lot of stuff going on this page. Because I'm close enough, and I know I am because my head is in the view. Just want to leave these little windows open because there's some interesting patterns that I'm covering up without regard. These little windows are pretty. I wish I'd left more, because I can always cover them up. Tell you, adding a little bit of water to this brush, because the paint gets thickish. It's probably starting to dry a little bit on the brush. All right, those are like orbs. This looks wrong, but maybe I can fix it. Okay, I am winding down for the day, and I did some things off camera. Not a lot, but I removed some of this paint on the bottom with a washcloth because I wasn't 100% sure didn't want that line to come down. This, I can't tell that it's so too fat from up there, from down here, but from up there I can. So I'm actually wondering if I might trim some of this off. I wish that I had left more windows open here, but I could also collage on top of it and do the same thing. And I really wish I had left room for some sort of little doobity-doo here. I'll tell you what I'm struggling with now. I don't know how to work another color into this unless I take advantage of all this white and very light colors to add some. What I want to add is maybe orange and a little bit of magenta. And I might even want to do something, I don't know, something painterly down here. So anyways, I'm going to sign off because I am, and I'll be back. I'll be back on another day. Bye. I can't do that. I can't use Posca pen because it's running. It has to be the last thing. Okay. So I'm going to use these lines. Okay, guys, this is your lucky day because I'm drinking coffee and it's early and this thing keeps calling to me. So I'm in here in my bathrobe, completely, I haven't washed my face or brushed my teeth. My hair looks like some sort of rooster apparatus. Spent the night there. So anyways, I'm doing this because I'm just so curious I don't know what to do with this bottom edge. And I don't actually want to talk while I'm doing this. I mostly just want to do it. So I just want to let you guys know that you've arrived on a different plane. All right, I'm coming back in because obviously when I turn the camera on, you can see that things are different here. So I just want to fill you in on what's been going on. Okay, so I don't remember where I was during when I was last here, but I'm almost certain I hadn't drawn, well, I don't know, actually, I don't know. I may not have drawn these black and white flowers. Now, I don't love these because they come straight up and go out, but whatever. What I do love is when I paint around them, but I just found out why I ended up with this gray was when I tried to paint around this. Whatever this was drawn with, it's not dry, and it turned everything gray. So so I thought I'd put some gray down here and let it dry, and maybe, I don't know, pretend since the window light is to my left, I'm going to do some little shading things here, very loose. So I may have, just to give you guys an idea, I may have reached the end of what I need to know to do here. with my current, I don't know, maybe with this current piece or my current level of understanding. So I think what I might do is let this dry real well. I don't want everything to be the same color here. I want there to be something else. And I think it'll be more interesting if it is. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys where we are in my bathrobe with my second cup of coffee with a quarter of a stick of butter in it, which is so good. See ya. All right, so I'm not happy with the way these little black flower things have come out, but it has a lot to do with how I drew my lines. I'll make a close-up of it. That's my son's face peeking out of there. I find that I bury him, not bury him, but you know, I embed him in my art in different places. In not every piece of art, but in a lot of, especially recently, because I'm using my old collage work and he's on one of those pieces of art. All right, so I think I'm going to, all right, just watch while I figure things out. I have to show you what I bought. I bought these. It's called a solid marker. It's a Sakura, and it's got a little plastic thing inside to protect the, apparently this is some kind of paint, and it makes a, watch this, but the thing I want to point out is, so far it seems to dry eventually. It doesn't stay greasy, which is very good, but look at this nice black line. Look at that beautiful thing, and it looks crayon-ish, not solid like a Posca, which I like. So what I'm going to do, what I believe is going to happen down here, I'm going to put these down, wait for them to dry. I'm going to add some additional lines, and I'm going to use my markers, probably my orange and pink ones, to create a pattern on this tablecloth. Now, this is where I get fancy, because these are supposed to be shadows, so whatever color I put in there, I want it to be darker than what's behind. All right, so I did this, and I regret it, but I think I can fix it. It's way too busy, but you know, I'm planning on painting some of this road just to test the theory, but I think I'm going to cover this up with white, which will cause some of this to shine through. I don't regret these angled things. I just regret the plaid tablecloth with such a tiny pattern. Anyways, it's going white, and then I'm going to figure out what happens after that. Okay, I have painted this background in white, and it probably could use another coat. But I'll tell you what I'm getting ready to do right now. I'm getting ready to move on from this piece. I have a collage that I actually want to make, and I'm going to let this percolate for a while, because I've kind of hit the wall in terms of what I understand to do. Probably what's going to happen next is I may do some doodling and some water-based marker coloring in my chair at night, and I'll show you the results of it. It's too difficult to do on camera. So this is the last you'll see of this until I show you a picture of, I don't know, something colored in. And I appreciate that you watched this with me. So I don't know if I'm saying goodbye, but if I am, you'll be able to tell, because the video will end. See ya.